covering the islands of the Bahamas. ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight Weekend Edition. I'm LaDawn Davis. As always, it's great to have you starting off your weekend with us. Topping the news, two crucial issues of concern to the Bahamas discussed as Caribbean leaders came together for their annual summit in St. Lucia, representing Prime Minister Perry Christie. Foreign Affairs and Immigration Minister Fred Mitchell is just back from the meeting where he said discussions centered around strategies for growth and development of the region, but he also used the opportunity to hold direct talks on Haitian migration and the CLICO fiasco. Giovanni Stewart has tonight's top story.
The failed CLICO insurance giant, an issue discussed at the 33rd CARICOM Heads of Government meeting in St. Lucia. Foreign Minister Fred Mitchell says talks were held with regional partners in hopes of bringing some sort of resolve to that long-standing issue. The collapsed insurance company had financial problems, which forced it into liquidation in February of 2009. That left thousands of clients up in arms and scores of workers on the unemployment line. Mitchell highlights discussions with Guyana officials.
The government of Guyana used its national insurance money, $34 million US, and invested it in CLICO Bahamas. And the company going belly up, they've lost the money. The government there is saying that this is an obligation that the Bahamas government ought to consider repaying. So this was a first. And the basis upon which they're doing it is suggesting that our regulators were somehow deficient and therefore there's a default on us. At the moment, in looking at it, it really appears to be a matter of private law, not public law, and not government to government, because this was, after all, a company, an investment in a company. But, you know, they raised the issue, and so it's a matter which we shall have to consider.
Haitian migration is always a big topic during CARICOM meetings, and the foreign minister held private talks with officials from that country. It comes just weeks after the Abaco boat tragedy, in which 11 people lost their lives. This underscored the need for urgent action to help end the illegal migration problem stemming from Haiti. Minister Mitchell says Haitian President Michel Martelly committed to working with the Bahamas to resolve the issue. In addition to beefing up border patrols in the southern Bahamas, Mitchell says improving trade relations will be a key strategy.
They raised the issue of the trade protocols which presently prohibit the importation of agricultural goods directly from Haiti. For example, Haiti produces high-quality mangoes which are exported to the United States, inspected by the FDA of the United States, but we can't import them directly to the Bahamas. We have to import them through the U.S., which adds to the cost.
To make it happen, the Haitian president made this suggestion.
So they're saying, look, if you get your phytosanitary protocols in place, which would allow the direct export of agricultural goods from the north of Haiti, where most of the migrants come, with an investment in that area, this might be a way, an economic stimulus to keep people at home. Of course, we're interested in that. There's a memorandum of understanding which was signed between the two governments a few years ago, and we're trying to see if we can revive that and get that started, which would mean putting customs officers down in Port-au-Prince to actually help with the inspections and working with the Ministry of Agriculture here to try and see if we can get those issues resolved.
Giovanni Stewart, ZNS News.
Officers at the Central Detective Unit in Grand Bahama are at this hour still investigating the death of a 33-year-old male resident. According to police reports, it was 4:23 p.m. on Saturday afternoon when they received reports of gunshots being fired in the Yeoman Woods area. Upon their arrival to East Indian Man Road West, the body of a black male fully clad was discovered lying on the northern side of the road with gunshot wounds to his body. Police say at this time a motive surrounding this latest homicide in Grand Bahama is still unknown. However, they are appealing to the public to come forward with any information they may have in solving this case. The numbers to contact them are 350-3107, 352-9774, or 911. Investigations into this matter continues. The Families of All Murdered Victims support group has been officially launched, and members are not only calling on other grieving families to get involved in the group, but the public as well. Every Mother's Day brings back a harsh reality for Pastor Kevin Grant and Agatha Wilson. Back in 1995, Grant's mother, Gloria Grant, was gunned down and killed on the Eastern Road, and no one has been charged for her murder. Meantime, Wilson's son, Shaquito Murphy, was killed in March this year. They both agree that foam has helped them to cope with their loss.
And I promised God, I said, God, I'm going to turn this negative thing around so that I could be a support factor for the children who are left behind, the families who are left behind. This tragic, turn the tragic into something triumph.
Well, I can see it's united, so it will help parents to be able to cope better with it. Probably it even might put on the person's mind who commit these murders, you know, to hit their conscience a bit and to see how much it has affected families, and not only those who already commit the murders, but those who might be in process of it, to see that at least somebody's taking some type of action to help probably prevent this in the future.
Founder of Families of All Murdered, Candy Gibson, lost 2 brothers in only a few months. She is now calling on the church and state to do a little more to assist families facing such a tragedy.
Let no one feel that they do big or they do high in society that they can't hear when a hurting person's come to their office and request to see them. Let's be one. Pastors, you in your office, you counsel people, open your heart up when a murder occurs, not because the person isn't a member of your church that you can't go to reach out to them. Once your murder happens, pastor, leave your doors, close your office doors, go to that family member who's grieving and let them know, hey, guess what, the church is here.
Members of the Pinewood community giving that area's newly reintroduced urban renewal program rave reviews. Pinewood is known to be a crime hotspot, but officer in charge of the Pinewood Urban Renewal Office, Inspector Virgil Sinatis, says they're on a mission to change that. Meantime, Pinewood Member of Parliament Kalis Roll says while they do plan to have more events that foster a sense of community, there are other plans on tap to tackle the area's notorious reputation, including forming a Crime Watch Association.
We have impacted the youths, the young ones, and the elderly folks, because we reach out to everybody. We made a door-to-door visit in every one of these communities, street to street, and we spoke with persons. The persons who were sitting on the blocks, we were able to get them into cleaning up the area. So the impact there was to get the young men to become a part of their community, to understand where they're going, what the community is all about, and what is expected of them.
It's a brand new idea, but people want to see a safe community. And the only way they're going to get that safe community is if they're actively involved in it. People know who the criminal elements are. The police need everybody's assistance in this. This is just no longer a single quarter problem. Everybody is responsible for protecting this community. And our goal through this Crime Watch is to get everybody involved in this process.
As part of our Independence Day countdown, each day ZNS Radio and Television have been partnering with the Urban Renewal 2.0 program, visiting communities all across the capital. We touched down in Pinewood on Saturday. Area residents like Mikhail Bullard and Deborah Edgecombe say even though Urban Renewal 2.0 is only a few weeks old, they are happy with the changes they've seen in their community so far.
You know, it's good to have something like this in the community, but what I always recommend them to do, always have something every month or something like that, not only once a year, every month. They should have, like the old folks, like have a tea party on the park. They should have, like young people with functions and activities. It makes, uplift them.
I believe it was very important because now I know what happened and I know what the police them are actually trying to do to actually keep people like us safe. Because as a resident, I feel as if you're gonna actually try to defend our neighborhood, you should at least let the people know exactly what's happening, what's going on, what you're gonna do so the people would be prepared.
When we come back, the country is gearing up to celebrate its 39th birthday in grand style. We'll tell you all about the events planned coming up.